Hello, welcome to Curtis High Fitness. This week, I'm going to be taking you through something a little bit special. Now, I did say I was going to try do more videos based around my training and what I actually do, rather than just sort of family life and what I do sort of vlog style. So this week, what I thought I'd do, it had come to me, the idea is just sharing with you guys my full week's workout. Now, as you probably know, I've been doing a lot of SAS based training because I've obviously applied for Channel 4 SAS Who Dares Wins, and I honestly haven't heard back yet, so I'm probably not going to be in the show. So for that reason, I've sort of started bringing back some kind of bodybuilding as such methods into my training. So I'm now doing 4 days resistance training in the gym. You're going to see all those days on this video. But yeah, if you want a print screen right now, you're going to see my current workout split. But yeah, let me take you through each and every single exercise, explaining what they do. Lastly, make sure you're commenting on this video because I'd love to hear how you felt during this workout. So enjoy the video, guys. Day number 1.
I was looking into darkness for something to hold on. Find you while you were so broken. And I felt something.
So guys, day 1 is my leg day. And what you're going to see here is I start with 2 exercises that are for the hamstrings. And the reason I do that is because I read a study that if you target the hamstrings before you squat, then your squat is more predominantly going to use your quads, which is kind of my goal at the moment, to grow the quads. So here you can see I'm doing the stiff-legged deadlifts, and then we go straight in from those to doing a single leg curl. So I like to do a lot of isolation exercises at the moment, 1 leg at a time, and that's just to sort of even out any imbalances in the body. And here I'm simply just using a cable attached to my foot and then keeping the knees in line as I curl the leg back, really squeezing at the top. So moving on from the 2 hamstring exercises, we are then going to go into the squats. And like I said, these are going to be now more quad dominant because I've now tired out those hamstrings. For these, you're going to see I do a 10, 8, 6, 3, 1 on the sets. And the reason for that is because I like to hit both high and low volume for the legs. I find that hitting both definitely sort of breaks down more muscle, and kind of depending on how many fibers of type 1 or type 2 I have, I'm kind of just hitting them both regardless. So here I'm now on 100 kilos, which is a little bit just above my weight. And then you'll see as I go over body weight, this is when I start to bring a belt in. And I'm going to show you exactly where I place that on my back. It needs to go as low as you can, sort of on the back. And what you want to do, get that as tight as possible and really breathe out into the belt. So you're using that as kind of extra rib cage as such. These are my sets of 3, I believe, and then we go on to 1s, and very often I'll also go above this and try get to sort of around the 180 mark for failure. From those, we then go on to the leg press. Now what you're going to see on this leg press is a little bit different. Again, I like to have my feet really low and close, and again, that is going to be focusing on quads. The higher and wider you have, you might have seen a post on my Instagram page, the higher and wider basically will be more hamstrings and glutes, but the lower and closer will be a lot more focused on those quads. So I like to do that, and when I'm at the top, again, really squeezing. From those, I never leave the calves out. I very often do more than 1 exercise as well, but today I went for the different angles on the leg press. So you're going to see I do toes pointing out, toes pointing in, and then a close and wide version as well. From these, we go on to the isolation exercises for the quads. Again, I do like to do these 1 at a time, but these sets today I did together, and you're going to see I like to just hit nice and high volume on these as well, really squeezing at the top. And then we go on to the walking lunges. Now, these are a killer after all the other exercises. I do like to go heavy, between sort of 50 and 60 kilos. And you're gonna see I'm going from close and then wide stance at the end. And that's gonna really target that outer swoop. Going on to day 2, we're going to do my chest and tricep workout, and I like to start on an isolation exercise to warm the chest up. This one I'm using the parallel cable fly. Now notice my hands supinate as I bring into the middle. This recruits more chest fibers, and you really feel that sort of inner chest squeezing on these. Obviously another focus is just getting a nice stretch. From then we go on to the just flat bench, nice standard barbell press. Very occasionally I'll alter the angle of these, but like to hit the nice standard press. And again, these I like to go a little bit heavy, hitting around the 100 kilo mark for anything between 8 and 10 reps. If I can do more than that, I'd obviously up the weight, but at the moment that's kind of my limit. From then we then go on to another isolation. So what I like to do during chest, you're going to notice, is I do an isolation followed by a compound, and that's called pre-exhausting the muscle. So it's a very sort of technical term, just for a very advanced form of training. So here, this isolation exercise is the pectoral, and my focus here is on squeezing the elbows together rather than the hands. And then again we go on to that compound movement straight after, which is the cross body single arm chest press this time. So the reason I've got the bands is because they add more tension as you push, so you're sort of adding tension to the part of the exercise where you're strongest. From those, I like to blast the triceps. Here we do 20 repetitions, and you'll notice they're still going to be all focused and controlled, really squeezing at the top, keeping those elbows as high as possible. And then the finisher is basically just onto the rope push down, and here you can see I'm twisting slightly at the bottom. That's going to activate all three heads of the tricep just to finish those off. So after a rest day on Wednesday, I hit this normally on a Thursday. This is my back and bicep workout, and you're going to notice I do start with the deadlifts. Now I haven't done deadlifts for a while, so this was kind of my first session back into these, and for these I like to do a 10-6-3-1-1 format. Basically the reason is I like to keep these nice and low volume, but I also like to have a nice warm up at the start. So here you're going to see I'm sort of going up. I think I go up to about 200, 220 maybe today. I can't remember what I did now, but yeah, nothing towards my max. I mean, my max lift is a 255, I believe, 245, 255. I can't actually remember, but yeah, I'm nowhere near that kind of level at the moment, and I definitely felt it during this session. But the focus here is just trying to sort of increase my max whilst keeping good form. So from those, we have three major exercises for the back. The first one here being the dual pull down. I like to use one of these hammer grip machines, just simply because you can kind of get nice and even lift on each side. From those, we go onto the bent over T-bar row. Now, as you can see, I don't have an actual T-bar, but I use a bar wedged into the corner. You'll notice my back is nice, flat, parallel to the floor, which is exactly how it should be. And I'm using the close grip here, so the more focus is going to be on central back. And the same for these. Once we go on to the pull downs, the focus is pulling the thumbs towards the chest. You can see I'm really lifting my chest high. That's going to bring those lower lats in. And then after we've done those three main back exercises, I go on to the isolation, which is a nice wide grip straight arm push downs. And again, you can see I'm really lifting that chest high to try activate the lower parts of the lats and just bringing it down to sort of my thigh area. From those, we're going to blast the arms now. I do like to do the recline hammer curls. Keeping the elbows behind the body is essential for these. What that'll do is add more tension to the curl at the top of the exercise. Then we are going to finish off with the dual pulley cable curl. Now here I do have to kneel down, because if I'm standing up, my reach actually makes the weights touch. So just kneeling down and literally going from a fully stretched arm curling towards the head. So moving on to my last day of training, this is my shoulder and arm workout. It's actually a major shoulder, and I stick a few little arm ones in at the end. So the first exercise I like to do is a standing barbell press, and that's basically just to warm those shoulders up. Here I usually do around sort of 60 kilos, which is a nice sort of weight. And then from those, this is when I start working the heavy set. So I literally just do a lot of singles, and I'm just trying to, from the floor, basically lift into a clean and press and just see what I can actually go up to. So I try sort of get a max. My max lift at the moment is 100 kilos. Here you're going to see me attempting the 100 kilos twice. I sadly fail this week, but mark my words, we'll be trying this one again and getting it next week, because I do like to hit my failure point, because it knows where I'm at, and then I've got a kind of goal for the next session. But yep, failed that one, 100 kilos. From those, we go on to some isolation exercises. I really want to start targeting the outer sort of heads of the deltoids. So here we're doing the seated lateral raise. We do a lot of heavy set of 10 kilos, and then half the weight onto fives, and then we do a drop set on those as well. Obviously, just note that I have sped the video up for these. From those, we go on to a heavy machine press. So here I'm kind of going a maximum I can lift for 5 reps. We repeat that 5 sets, and I normally have about a 2-minute rest in between each of these. And then from those, I'm starting to hit the front deltoid. So what I do is pronated on a bench, about 30 degrees, and then this just gives you a bigger range of motion under tension. From these, we then obviously want to hit those rear delts as well. So this is where I use the cable flies, and you're going to notice that my arms are really protracted forward whilst keeping them straight, focusing on those rear delts working. So on to biceps now. We're going to be doing an exercise I love warming up with, and that is just basically getting the dumbbells. You're going to do 4 reps of hammer curls, then you go straight on to 4 reps of normal standard curls with your palms up, and then the final 4 you're going to do supinating. So start with hammer and twist those little fingers towards the face. Once you've actually done that, what we do is then do exactly the same but doing them single arm. And basically I just do like to do this as a warm up for the bicep. I like to do this sort of around 4 times without stopping, and yeah, it just really gets those arms ready to sort of get some heavy lifts in, which is what I'm going to go on to next. So the second exercise for the biceps is the standing easy bar curl, and you're going to notice I fully straighten the arm at the bottom and really contract it at the top. Here I've got 10 each side, but what I like to do during the sets is kind of increase each set. So I'll probably put a 5 on for second set and then sort of another 10 each side for the final set. After you've done those, the biceps and shoulders should be feeling pretty pumped, but what we need to do now is finish off with the triceps and really smash them. That's why I pick a nice weight on this. I normally go for around 25 to 30, and it literally is 3 sets to absolute failure. So you want to be hitting around the 20 to 30 rep mark. Obviously you're not going to hit that every set, but you're just trying to tire these out until you cannot push down no more. So there we have it, guys. That was day 4, shoulders and arms finished. And thought I'd record in here because first time wearing a vest for a little while. Obviously with all this running I've been doing, I've kind of been like worrying that I'm losing loads and loads of muscle. But today, wearing the vest has kind of brought the muscle back out and I'm feeling a little bit good. So hope you enjoyed this video, showing you my whole week of what I've done. Don't forget to drop this a little like, and like I said, comment. Just to like, if you've tried any of the workouts, let me know how you get on. And as always, more videos coming soon. So guys, apologise for this in advance, but once I finished, the pump was awesome and the changing room lighting is incredible. So I just wanted to show you what I looked like under unrealistic light.